Hello, welcome to Invictus Porsche. My name is Basheer Zaheer. We're going to be reviewing the Porsche 981 GT4. Ever since they came out, we wanted to get our hands on one of these, and we finally have. And before I can actually get into this review of the GT4, don't forget to subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and I just wanted to say a thank you in advance for actually watching our videos, because we get paid by YouTube and we donate that money to a UK registered charity. At the moment, we're in the process of building a school in Afghanistan, and alongside it, we actually build wells. So there are people in regions in Afghanistan, unfortunately, they have to walk 4 to 5 kilometers for good water. Now, back to the GT4. This is finished in the agate grey metallic, complemented with the GT4 alloys. It's a mid-engine Cayman. That's what you would think it is, mid-engine Cayman. You know, ever since they introduced the Caymans in 2004, people were asking for a GT product off the Cayman, and in 2015 they did exactly that. What is special on the GT4? You've got the 991.1 GT3 suspension at the front, and on the back you've got a suspension setup that is specifically made for the GT4. The mid-engine that is here is from the 991.1 Carrera S, the 3.8 litre naturally aspirated flat six-cylinder engine. This pushes out 385 bhp, 420 Newton meters of torque, and the 0 to 62 miles per hour is possible in 4.2 seconds. But it's the setup of the GT4. You could simply just look at it and just admire the beauty of how well put it's together. The aggressive lines, the ducts, and all of the aerodynamic elements that run underneath of the vehicle. And from the get-go, it looks special, it feels special, and it drives absolutely special. I mean, just looking at all the lines throughout the vehicle that runs through this are absolutely incredible. And what makes this GT4 incredible is the fact that this is the Club Sport package. When I wanted one, I wanted it in a Club Sport package, and this is exactly what we have. You obviously have the race seat belts, which look absolutely incredible. And I think it just gives a very good contrast to the interior of this vehicle. You've got the carbon bucket seats, which has GT4 written on it, with a roll cage, which is to the back of the vehicle. This has got a very good spec, having the leather Alcantara with the white diamond stitching, alongside the fact that the steering wheel is finished in Alcantara. It's the GT Sport steering wheel, as well as the stick, the manual 6-speed stick, is also finished in Alcantara. You've got the handrest, which has Porsche, also finished in Alcantara, and where you access the cup holders, that's finished in leather. And on the doors, on the door cards, also Alcantara. And you've got the fabric door pulls. You've got the auto headlights, the Chrono Sport Plus package with the sports exhaust button, as well as PASM. I mean, overall, when it comes to speccing a GT4, I think this is everything you would want in a GT4. Yes, it might cost a little bit more, but you know, when you are going to be getting something so special and, you know, almost like a once in a lifetime thing, it better be this. Let's get behind this steering wheel, drive it, and hopefully just show you what an incredible car it is. Now we are behind the steering wheel of the GT4. My dream has finally been realized, and let's just drive it and tell you what it's like to drive now that it's just over 6 years old. One thing I must say is that it certainly hasn't lost much value, and these are still very much in demand. So just to start off with, the sport button or the suspension or the sports exhaust button, none of these have been pressed. But I think it would be appropriate to switch on the sports exhaust, press that sports button on, and press PASM. In one word, if I had to describe the GT4 experience, it would be exhilarating. and the rev matching that the engine offers just is music to my ears. RPM. And it's remarkable just how quickly it gets up to speed. And now just covering the performance numbers on these from mid-engine car. That's got the front suspension setup of a GT3 and equally as good of a rear suspension setup to the back that you would find in a 991 GT3. Now, just to reiterate, the engine that it has the 3.8 litre naturally aspirated flat 6 boxer engine that produces 385 bhp, 420 newton meters of torque, and the 0 to 60 possible in the 0 to 62 miles per hour possible in 4.4 seconds. But the Caymans have always been that driver-focused name in the Porsche lineup. So to kind of have it beefed up by the GT department at Porsche, it really is a very special car. We've had the likes of the 991.1 GT3 and the GT3 RS. And the GT4 has always been the one car that we've been wanting to get in stock. And, I just love the rev matching, the sound that you get on the downshift. And on a slower road like this, if you just want to poodle along, it's absolutely fine. I think it is equally as fun on a road like this as you would on a faster road at a faster pace. And now let's go one more time. It just feels and drives so well. It's just such a firm, tight drive, but in no way, form or shape uncomfortable. If I had to daily drive this to my work, whether that's 5, 10 or 15 miles, I think as long as they're good roads, I'd gladly daily drive it in the GT4. And having had a 991.1 GT3, which, if you're curious, when they were introduced, and they were in 2014, and at some point I had the highest mileage 991.1 GT3. I had done 35,000 miles. What I love about the GT product from Porsche is just how well they're made. I mean, the extra engineering that goes into designing and building something like this. this ultimately becomes Porsche's marquee car, really. And it's now just over 6 years old, but I can't tell a thing wrong about this, whether that's from what it feels like to drive, how the suspension is, the feel from the steering wheel. You know, I would think that it's just rolled off the production line right now, and that is something of a compliment about Porsche, and especially their GT cars. And for the kind of money that one would be spending on something like this, you know, at the moment it's anywhere between sort of 65 to 75,000 pounds, depending on spec. This is the very desirable Club Sport package. It's got the carbon bucket seats. They are, from what I can tell, the 918 carbon bucket seats. So having the setup to give this, you know, all the right credentials to be used on a track, really. And at the same time, it helps towards sustaining the future value of something like this GT car, really. So at no point did I consider one in a comfort spec with the comfort seats, because if you are going to have something so special, so spectacular as this, it has got to be the Club Sport package, and I'm so glad that it is. So thank you for hanging with us throughout the test drive of this GT4. It's incredibly important that the paperwork on something like this is right. This is for sale. Firstly, it's got the Porsche warranty until 10th of December 2022. It was last purchased from Porsche Centre Hatfield on the 8th of December 2020, and that at a cost of £68,000. It just goes to show how well they've kept their values. And the last service, which was a 6-year service, was due in August 2022, which has been done at a total cost of £1,420. And that basically included V-belt, brake fluid, oil filters, the bulk Mobile 1, the engine oil that's used, the odor, the cabin filter, the air intake filter, screen wash, air cleaner car. And in terms of the number of owners, it's got 5 previous owners and 6 including the current lady owner who owned it from the 10th of March 2022. But what is important is, of course, it having all the relevant stamps at the relevant time. It was first registered from memory on 11th December 2015. So very late 2015. You can almost call it a 2016 car. So the first service was done in December 2017. The next one was done in 2020. And the third one was done not long ago, approximately 2 months ago in August 2022. Now, this is an incredibly well-spec'd car, and got all the right relevant paperwork. And if you are looking for something special, I think it is here. And I just want to say a massive thank you in advance for watching it. Don't forget to subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and continue watching our videos, because the money goes towards a good cause. Bye bye then.